SPOC regarding the prevention of colon cancer. I'd like to welcome Dr. Nanda Rajneesh, who is a GI laparoscopic breast bariatric surgeon and surgical oncologist, currently working at Apollo Spectra Hospital, Kormangla, Bangalore, and Sakra World Hospital, Bangalore. She is the founder, director, and chairman of Society for Prevention of Cancer. Ma'am, I would like you to introduce the session.
I like to introduce Society for Prevention of Cancer, which is the non-profit organization, and we established this organization in 2020. The main aim of this organization is to bring awareness about cancer prevention to all the established doctors, treating doctors, and healthcare professionals first, and the medical students. As of now, the healthcare prevention or any cancer prevention is under the public health department, which is not efficiently targeting the cancer prevention. So we like to come up with the ways to prevent by natural method and lifestyle itself on preventing cancer and preventing recurrence of cancer. We're conducting many conferences and monthly meetings like this every month on individual organ cancer prevention. And we also have a plan to publish a book on a textbook on cancer prevention very soon. We are in the process, and I ask Rashmi to take over the session to take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to introduce our speaker for today, Dr. Poonam B. Maurya. She is a consultant medical oncologist at Bangalore KIMS and Apollo hospitals with special interest in integrative oncology. She has various publications under her wings and has many clinical trial experiences. Ma'am, I would like to ask you to take over the session on colon cancer awareness.
Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you for the kind introduction. And it's very nice to be associated with this organization, SPOC, Society of Prevention of Cancer. So today's topic is colorectal cancer awareness. So colorectal means basically it is our large intestine. The large intestine is called the colon, and the end portion of the large intestine is called the rectum. And these cancers of the large intestine, colon, as well as rectum behave similarly, and hence they're called together as colorectal cancers. Now, why we have chosen this topic? Because this cancer incidence is increasing, and if we see the graph, for 1 out of every 10 cancer deaths that happens because of colon cancer, the incidence and prevalence both are rising. And if you see the worldwide data as well as our Indian data, the number of cancers, it is the second most leading cause of cancer related deaths in US as well as in our country. And the risk increases as the age increases, and 90% of the new cases we see at the age of more than 50. Although, many people ask whether the particular cancer is genetic or it is hereditary or not. So most of the cancers are not hereditary. The hereditary component is only less than 5% for most of the cancers. But colon cancer is one such cancer wherein the family history plays a very, very significant role. So if there is any family history of colon cancer, we need to take extra precautions and be more active in doing the surveillance for screening and prevention as well, which we'll go through. This is the worldwide data. You can see the colon cancer maximum is in the Western countries. So you see the China, the graph is so high, Japan, the next one, and then comes the USA, and India also is there nearby. So what makes these abroad countries being so high in the number of colorectal cancers? Because the diet, the lifestyle is very much different. So the Western countries, the European countries, these countries have a totally different lifestyle, and the diet also varies. So we'll come to it, we'll explore what is the reason of this graph variation across the world. Now, this cancer is little special. One is, I told you that family history plays an important role. Although many of our patients in our practice do not have any family history and still they will have this cancer. But we have seen that whenever there is a strong family history, definitely it is better to do the screening prevention at a very early stage and very early age. Now, this particular cancer also is very peculiar because it's a very, very slow growing cancer. So, as opposed to any other cancer, we can say in the period of 3 to 6 months, or some cancers are so aggressive that it may grow up in 1 month or 2 months. But colon cancer takes anywhere between 8 to 12 years to grow. So, this is a slow growing cancer. So, what is the importance? What do we learn from this? If it is a slow growing cancer, we have an opportunity to intervene. We have an opportunity to catch it at the right time so that we can prevent it to become a frank cancer. So this is a very nice graph. It's showing how a normal intestinal mucosa, our intestinal, large intestinal mucosa, how it becomes a cancer. So it takes a duration somewhere between, I told you, 8 to 12 years. Average is around 10 years. So this is an opportunity for us to intervene. If we pick it up in any of these stages before the 10 years, so before the frank cancer develops, we can reverse it completely. We can reverse it completely. Yes, you heard it right. So there are some genetic mutations happening. Not some, in fact, many genetic mutations happening inside the body. And one fine day, these genetic mutations are so high in burden that our body's repair mechanism is overridden. So genetic mutations become so high that they cannot be corrected. And then the normal mucosa becomes something called as polyp. Now, polyps are not cancers. Polyps are nothing but small growths in the intestine, and they may not cause any symptom. That is a problem. We cannot pick it up unless we do some screening test proactively. There are no symptoms in polyp stage. Rarely, few patients do complain of some altered bowel habits, or some people may notice some bleeding while passing motion. Weight loss and all is not much. So, in the polyp stage, there are not many symptoms, and hence the intervention is that we ask people to undergo a colonoscopy. Now, what is colonoscopy? Colonoscopy is nothing but scopy of the colon. So endoscopy, it's the we do an endoscopy of the large intestine. We put in the colonoscope and we visualize the entire large intestine to see for any abnormal tissue or abnormal growth which is there. And if during the colonoscopy the gastrosurgeon or the gastroenterologist finds any polyp, he will remove those polyp then and there. Now, these polyps will be sent to pathology and we'll come to know whether they are benign. Most of the times it is benign, it is not cancer. So, right intervention at the right time is very important. Suppose somebody doesn't undergo colonoscopy for a very long time, it is recommended after the age of 50 years, once in 10 years. So, not for everyone. And if you have a family history, then the responsibility is more. Then you need to start before the age of 50 itself. We'll come to that in detail later. So we see that a normal mucosa, because of many genetic mutations and altered body systems, becomes a polyp, and then that over a period of many, many years becomes a colorectal cancer. Even the colorectal cancer doesn't grow very fast, it grows very slowly. So the stages of any cancer, if you see, there are basically 4 stages, and even in colon cancer also, there are 4 stages. So stage 1, 2, 3, and 4, wherein the cancer grows slowly. Basically, what we can remember is it's an early stage means it is limited to the colon, the mucosa, and if it is stage 3, locally advanced, means it has grown little beyond the mucosa and the layers of colon, colonic tissue, and it has started to come out and go to the nearby lymph nodes, then it is called stage 3. And if the cancer comes out of its regional area, it comes out of the colon, out of the lymph nodes, and go to distant parts of the body, spreads out its wings all over the body, then it is called stage 4. So in simple way, this is how the stages of colon cancer look like. And even the stages, it's not that directly cancer develops. So it takes around 8 to 12 years, on average 10 years. And first, the mucosa undergoes some irritation. So, because of various factors, the colon tissue, the colon mucosa, changes its normal structure. It is no more normal. The cells become abnormal. There is a hyperproliferation. Then small polyps are formed. The polyps, if not noticed or treated, the small becomes large. The large polyps, again, if not noticed and tackled at the right time, they become even large, and then they become the invasive cancer. So there's a lot of time. You see, the green line is the benign portion, and the red one is the malignant. The actual cancer is the red one. So there are a few stages before the cancer actually develops. Now, as I told you, this particular cancer, there is a very strong association of family history. So, family history is very, very important. We find that 30% of the cancers are familial in this. And among the 30%, 5% have some syndromic association, means they are associated with some genes. Another 25%, we still don't know. There are many, many other genes involved. So this is the stages we have seen. 1 and 2 are limited to colon. It has not gone to lymph nodes. 3 means it has gone to the nearby tissue, that is lymph node. And stage 4, when it has spread its wings to the other parts of body. Now, what are the symptoms? Yeah, symptoms of colorectal cancer can be vague, but yes, change in any bowel habits that has been there for a very long time. Bleeding while passing motion. It can be a frank blood, or difficulty in passing motion, constipation, diarrhea, altered bowel habits, some stomach cramps. And over a period of time, if the cancer becomes advanced, the symptoms can be weight loss, lethargy, there is no energy in the body, and the appetite has gone down. So, see, some symptoms like blood in the stool or altered bowel habits are specific, but other symptoms are non-specific. So, it is best to undergo an annual health checkup, and do not wait for symptom to happen and then go for checkup. So can we prevent it? Can we prevent it? Yes. And that's the reason we are having this talk today. Yes, colorectal cancers can be prevented. And how many can be prevented? Almost half. That's so nice. Almost half of the colorectal cancers can be prevented. It is so easy. So let us know what are the risk factors associated and how we can work to prevent the colon cancer. So there are some basic common features for all the cancers, and that holds true for colorectal cancers, definitely. But most important factor is the diet. Now, diet means here, especially, the strong association has been seen with red meat. People who have consumed a lot of non-vegetarian food, especially the red meat, processed meat, these are the people who are at risk, high risk of developing colon cancer. So that is why when you remember the worldwide graph where we showed the graph in China, USA, and other countries, foreign countries, the graph was so big. The incidence, the numbers of colon cancers is so high in other countries because the main diet outside is non-vegetarian food, the red meat. So our Indian culture, still we have a lot of a mix of veg and non-veg, and we still are maximum vegetarian food only. So the incidence is not as high as compared to the Western countries. So limiting red meat, avoiding processed meat is one of the important factors to control the colorectal cancer in prevention. Then other factors will come nearby. So, so prevention, if you see how to prevent any cancer. So first is primary prevention, then secondary prevention, then tertiary prevention. What do you mean by primary prevention? So primary prevention means when we have to prevent or do some steps before the cancer has developed. Now, this is very important in colon cancer because we have a timeline of 10 years to act and do something about it. So, if on a screening, if we find any polyp which is not cancer, it is a pre-cancerous stage, then removal of such pre-cancerous polyps comes under primary prevention. Lot many other things come under primary prevention. We'll be talking in the further slides, like the importance of diet, your immunity, your active health, your BMI, maintenance of the obesity removal, and many other factors. So primary prevention is before what can be done before the cancer develops in the body. Secondary prevention is already the cancer has developed. Now we need to pick it up in early stage so that it doesn't become advanced stage. A secondary prevention is we should try and catch the disease in early stage so that we can completely cure it. Early stage cancers are completely curable. Tertiary prevention means already it's a cancer patient and we need to prevent the recurrence of cancer and reduce further complications of cancer in that particular patient. So let us come to the most important prevention in colon cancer, and that is diet. Now, diet is very, very important. And we from childhood, from our school days, we have been taught about balanced diet. Balanced diet means we have learned that 60 to 65 or 70% will be carbohydrates, 20% will be protein, 5 to 10% will be fat, and another 5% will be the remaining, your water, minerals, and other things. But actually, over a period of time, there are many, many studies done abroad as well as in our country, which has shown that this diet pattern has to change. The balanced diet which we have been learning all our years doesn't hold true now. So now we need to understand that we need to limit the amount of carbohydrates in diet. What are the foods to avoid? The foods to avoid in colon cancer prevention mainly is the red meat and consumption of processed meat and the non-vegetarian food especially. So vegetarian is always good. If you are a non-veg lover, you have it, but in limited amounts. Make sure it is of a good quality and you don't overcook it, over grill it, don't put a lot of oil. So the way of cooking is also important. It's just not the food, how you cook. Are you deep frying it? Are you just steaming it? There's a lot of difference in the way food reacts with the process of cooking. So process of cooking is also important. As like for example, deep frying is definitely bad, and even grilling, over grilling, that is also not good, because when you heat any substance over a longer time, any food substance, especially the non-vegetarian food, when you heat at a high temperature, it releases some chemicals which are harmful for our body, which can cause these genetic mutations in our body over a long period of time if we keep on consuming these kind of food. So other things to avoid, like carbohydrates should be less, especially wheat and maida should go out from the diet. It will not go suddenly, but yes, you can start reducing the amount and then go to zero. Incorporate other types of carbohydrates in diet which are high in fiber. So fiber is one very important factor for prevention of colon cancer. The diets which are high in fiber, they reduce the absorption of sugar from the intestine slowly. So whatever you are eating, you will not have an immediate surge if the diet is rich in fiber. So fiber is very, very important. So make sure we our diet has a lot of these vegetables, green vegetables, all the colored vegetables. So these vegetables are rich in fiber. So definitely good amount of high fiber diet can go in long way to prevent colon cancer. Now coming to wheat and maida should go. You can include other carbs like ragi, jowar, bajra, chickpeas for the basin. So there are many flours which you can use for your diet. Don't depend only on wheat chapati. Don't become dependent on the wheat chapati. So suggest that if you're having 3 chapatis in a day, make it one, and vegetable quantity should go up. Fill your stomach with vegetable and dals. Proteins, include high proteins also in the diet. Protein sources, you can have eggs, you can have all the legumes, all the pulses. You can mix the various dals and make. And the colored fruits and vegetables. Now, why I'm stressing on colored? See, whichever items are colored in nature, they are naturally rich in antioxidants. We all might have heard antioxidants, and doctors are very fond of giving prescription for antioxidants. Why not have it naturally? The more the color on your plate, the more colorful is the diet, more antioxidants are there in your food. So try to include a lot of colored fruits and vegetables. You will naturally get the antioxidants. And what are antioxidants, by the way? Antioxidants. See, there are many harmful chemicals which are produced in our body as well as we consume in the form of pesticides, adulteration. All these harmful chemicals are oxidants for our body. They go in our body and they damage the cell. There are many biochemical processes happening and they oxidize many things. So we need fighters, we need antioxidants to fight these oxidants. These antioxidants will come from a diet which is rich in fruits, vegetables, and multiple colored red color apple, your strawberry, your figs, yellow colored banana, avocado, green color broccoli. So, like lot of colors are there in nature. Include all the colors in your diet. Now, milk. Now, milk also is a debatable topic because there have been papers that actually humans are the only mammals who are still having the milk of another mammal. So we actually don't need milk. And milk, to certain extent, many of the problems which we don't know why we are having this gas, why we are having this bloating, maybe because of your milk intolerance too. And milk tolerance can be primary or secondary. I mean, some people may have it by birth, and some over a period of time, as our body ages and there are some changes in the body, the milk we no longer adapt to that milk. So best is curd. You can switch to curd, and curd is an excellent source of all the essential vitamins and minerals which are found in milk. It is there in curd, plus it's a probiotic. It's a probiotic, and probiotic means what? A colon cancer. A colon is the second brain. We have two brains. We have one brain is our actual brain in the top of the head. The second brain is in your colon. Now, what do you mean by that? The colon is also called as the gut. You know, the gut is filled with healthy bacteria. We have normal healthy bacteria in our body. Now, they are healthy because they are helping us to produce some essential vitamins. Now, these healthy bacteria help us in digestion as well as in production of some essential vitamins. Now, suppose if these bacteria are not healthy because of the junk which we are eating, because of the maida which we are eating, there is a layer formed inside, and these bacteria are dying. These bacteria, when they start dying, that's when your gas, your bloating, your constipation, your diarrhea, all sorts of problems start developing. So it's our responsibility to take care of this brain, this gut. This gut is our second brain. So these bacteria should be kept healthy. How do we keep it healthy? How does this bacteria in the gut remain healthy? So we have to include probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics, excellent source is curd. You can have yogurt and all the fermented products. Like your fermented, we have in South India, idli, dosa. So all the fermented batter things. These are very, very good source of probiotics. We should have it. Prebiotics are the foods. These are required for the bacteria to survive. So all the fiber rich foods like broccoli and colored fruits, vegetables, they are nothing but the prebiotics. So a good combination of prebiotics and probiotics in the diet will keep our gut healthy. Who is the gut? The gut bacteria is healthy. Once the gut bacteria is healthy, our gut is healthy. And there are a lot of neurochemical transmissions happening from the gut to our body. It's like a brain, it's the second brain. So this is very important. Then there are some other natural antioxidants which are very helpful to fight colon cancer, and all of them is there in our Indian kitchen. If you open our masala box, now what is there in the masala box? The most important ingredient is the haldi, the turmeric. The turmeric is an excellent source of antioxidants. So have still our age old method of curing cold cough is taking the haldi, then carom seeds, then putting this ginger, boiling in milk or water. So these are all the natural antioxidants. So turmeric is very, very important. And in fact, there are some papers where this turmeric is stored. It's called curcumin in medical biochemical language. Curcumin capsules are used as antioxidants for cancer patients. You remember the curcumin usage even went up in COVID time because it was an excellent antioxidant. But yes, don't take the capsules in excess. The turmeric, when taken in right amount, is good. So don't take it in excess. And this holds true for anything. Don't eat anything in excess. Eat everything in a moderate proportion so that you get the maximum benefit and you don't develop side effects. Anything good also, if you take in excess, it becomes bad. Like sugar. Sugar is needed for body, definitely, but in less amounts, moderate amounts. When you eat more sugar, you end up having diabetes. Similarly. So other ingredients from our masala box is our garlic, our ginger, and all the spices. In fact, ginger, the what do you say, all the garam masalas. If you remember, the jeera, the carom seeds, the cardamom seeds, the cinnamon. All these are natural anti-inflammatory. So try to include these spices and in your diet, as well as you can put these spices in water in a daily hot water. You can make, this is called the detox water. You can have it daily basis or you can have it weekly once. Just detox your body with the help of these chemicals which are found so easily in our kitchen. You don't need to go to a doctor. How do you reduce your risk of bowel cancer? So one, we spoke about the diet. The other things are, yes, there are other associations with harmful chemicals produced by the smoke. So cigarette smoking, that is the tobacco in any form, has found to be associated with many cancers, including lung, bladder cancer, bowel cancer, the colorectal cancer. So smoking is very dangerous. There is no doubt about it. So whoever is smoking has to stop it. There are de-addiction centers. Please visit. Alcohol again should be consumed in limited amounts, but limited, if it cannot be limited, then stop it. Just stop it. So weight. Now the importance of weight. A healthy weight is very important because whatever excess we are carrying is like carrying a load. Suppose ideal weight is 50 kg and your weight is currently 80 kg. So it is like carrying a 30 kg of bag on your back every single day, every single moment. Imagine, matlab you have to be 50 kg, that's your ideal weight, but your actual weight now is 80 kg. So you are carrying 30 kg ka backpack on your shoulders or on your head throughout the day, throughout the night, every single day. It is so deleterious. Your heart has to pump so much extra blood to take care of that extra weight. Your joints have to be are suffering because of that extra weight. And not only that, the extra fat in the body is a very nice house of source of chemicals which trigger carcinogenesis, the promotion of cancer. So this extra fat which we are carrying in the body is a storehouse of chemicals causing cancer. Get rid of it. There is nothing nice about it. But don't feel ashamed of that body. Start a small step a day. If you're not doing anything, start walking. After a month, you will love walking. You can increase the speed of walking. Start jogging. Take up some hobby which you like. You can do cycling, you can do swimming, you can join some club, do something, move. There is nothing good about having that extra weight. So healthy lifestyle, when we say, it's very easy to say, follow healthy lifestyle. What is it? What is healthy lifestyle? Healthy lifestyle is come out of your addictions. Which are the addictions which we are having? The smoking, alcohol, tobacco in any form, and food addiction. Come out of the food addiction also. Come out of the sugar craving also. Include the raw natural fruits and vegetables in the diet. Include eggs in the diet. Include sprouts in the diet. Have a variety of foods. Don't stick to one particular meal and diet. Same white rice, same wheat chapati. No, change the diet. Focus on your uh, weight. Maintain a healthy weight, and it is possible. Nothing is impossible. If you want to do it, if you want to prevent these deadly diseases, including colon cancer, you need to focus on your weight. Exercise. Now, exercise has got its own benefits. and everyone knows it. Nobody, there's no one who doesn't know the benefit of exercise. The moment we start doing some form of exercise, some form of movement, walking, running, jogging, swimming, whatever you want, your body releases happy hormones. You've heard of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. These happy hormones get released in the body. These happy hormones are enough to counteract the stress in your body, and it will take away whatever these mutations which are happening in your body. Once the happy hormones are there in the body, your immunity will improve. Once your immunity will improve, the mutations, the abnormal mutations which are happening will be taken care of. They won't be they won't be able to produce cancer. It is related too much at a biochemical chemical level. But this is the gist of it. Exercise is not just to become slim, flame, trick, and belly fat loss and arm fat loss. No, it's not for fashion only. Yes, you will look good. That is a side effect or byproduct, that you look good once you start maintaining healthy weight and exercise. But you are doing so much to your body. Your body will be grateful for you. So now, have morning sun bath. Morning sun and evening sun is good. Avoid the sun in the peak hours, like especially from 11 to 3 o'clock. The sun has its own importance in our culture itself. The sun provides an excellent source of vitamin D, and it is a source of energy for the whole universe. So let us take the energy from sun. It's very nice. If you can try start doing Surya Namaskar also, you will get a lot of energy from that. So once our immunity is good, definitely we can fight many infections, and even deadly diseases like cancer can be prevented. Sleeping well is also very important. Now, why this diagram is so good? Actually, I love it. The sleep well is so important. Why? Now, what happens in sleep? Why should we sleep? Why doctor says that okay, you have to sleep at least 6 hours or 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day. Good sleep is important. Quality of sleep is important. What happens during the sleep? Why sleep is important? Sleep is the only time, my dear friends, when our body is repairing. So that our body is working 24 by 7. All the organs are working. Your heart is pumping, your gas GIT is working, digestion is happening, your respiration is happening. And these are the bigger functions, but there are some smaller functions in each and every cell of the body. So when any machine, our body is like a machine, any machine is working throughout the day and night, don't you think it requires some maintenance, some oiling, some greasing, some repair work? Yes, like how the car requires a periodic maintenance, our body requires it too. And naturally, God has gifted us the maintenance and the repair work every single day. It happens in a good night's sleep. So, if we have a good night's sleep, all this repair mechanisms, the detoxification, especially in the liver, lungs, all these organs are so happy that they're having the time to repair so that they're ready for the next day. Suppose the sleep is not good, again the machine is working, your body machine is working with the tired and not repaired cells. They're working, they're getting lethargic, and then whatever you eat is not getting digested and problems. So sleeping well is also very, very important. Regular health checkups and screening, very important. If we wait for any symptom to come and then go to the doctor for any checkup, it becomes usually late. So it's very important to do annual health checkup for anyone. For anyone, once in a year, annual health checkup should be done, which can include a basic blood test, ultrasound, abdomen X-ray. And for colon cancer, after the age of 50 years, once in 10 years, colonoscopy has to be done. If you have a family history, please start doing colonoscopy every 5 years to 3 years from the age at which the patient was detected. Suppose the patient in the family was detected at the age of 35, then you also need to start from the age of 30, 5 years earlier, every 5 years colonoscopy, because family history is important in colon cancer. And even if you do checkups and screening, you have to follow the healthy lifestyle, de-addiction, sleep well, exercise, maintain healthy weight. So yes, after the age of 50, The C is colonoscopy. Now, there are many modalities of treating colon cancer. We will not touch on this. Today's topic is colon cancer awareness. But why wait for all this therapy? The therapies are wonderful, by the way. We have a lot of therapies and a lot of oral options, targeted therapy, immunotherapy. But the whole agenda is let us prevent it. So, the number one cause for most of the cancers, including colon cancer, is stress. And this is something which is not seen. Rest all is seen. Your fat is seen. Your food is seen, but stress is not seen. So it's very important to manage the stress, because what happens? Why everyone is talking about stress management these days? So stress is whenever the body is stressed, there is a particular hormone released from the body that is called cortisol. The moment cortisol is released, this cortisol is a stress hormone. It causes a lot of changes in the body. It alters our immunity. We become more, we become sick more frequently. We are prone for infections. Our immunity is altered. And then the DNA mutation also begins. And over a period of time, the repair mechanisms are not enough because the stress is for so long. And hence, development of deadly diseases can happen, including cardiac and cancers. Colon cancer is also important because there are a lot of, I told you, gut is the second brain. We need to manage it. See, you must have seen, I'll tell you one very quick example. When we are about to go for some important interview or for some important exam, many of us will have to go to washroom suddenly. Suddenly there'll be rush of intestine and we'll have to go to the washroom. Why? Why does it happen? The stress is so much related to our bowel. Our bowel reacts to our day-to-day stress. So it's very important that you don't carry the stress for a long time. Stress will be there. I'm not saying that we can all become sadhus and santatmas. Stress will be there. Don't carry the stress for a long time. De-stress yourself. Become aware of your stress and reduce it. Most of us are not even aware that we are stressed, but most of us are stressed. Become aware of the stress and then don't carry the stress. Do something to reduce the stress. What is that something? There are so many things mentioned. So, meditation, pranayam, very important. It has shown scientifically, there is no doubt that when you sit in silence with yourself, when you just close your eyes and do some deep breaths, if you know pranayam, you can do pranayam also. It has got excellent benefits on our nervous system and immunity. So this is a very good thing. Exercise also, it releases happy hormones. And not only exercise, your Zumba, dance, your hobbies, music, your swimming, any activities for that matter. Time with nature. See, we are surrounded with nature, but we have forgotten nature. Whenever you feel low, just look at the sky. Just look at the trees nearby. Just look at some flowers nearby in the garden. Observe them. You spend some time with nature, you will feel awesome. That itself will take away your stress. Definitely, we feel so nice when we go for vacations. Why wait for vacations? You can observe the nature every single day around you. Sleep well, yes, that is a recharge mechanism. Once we sleep well, our body gets the time to get repaired. So excellent management for stress. And don't be isolated. So have some friends, some meaningful friends, join a club, keep yourself active and socially. This also has been proven in various studies that people who are socially active live longer and healthy. So very important. Eat well, eat well, eat well, eat well is the mantra for colon cancer, especially. And just make sure the diet which you eat is fully colored. Your plate should be colored. Reduce the caffeine intake and stop it over a period of time. Find alternatives for caffeine. Green tea is good in limited amounts, of course. And don't get stressed. So have a habit of tackling the to-do list and put a tick mark and just become organized. Don't be disorganized. Everything is possible. So one other important thing you can get in your practice is yoga. It's not about joining some big workshop or paying a lot of money and doing yoga, you can see yourself on Google and select only two. Start with only two poses. Now, what happens is all of us are trying to do all the poses, and then it happens only for 2 days, and then uske baad sab gul ho jata. So don't do that like that. Just select 2 or 3 poses. Do that for one whole month. Then add on the fourth pose. Then add on the fifth pose, step by step. The power of small is very important. We don't realize we always want to climb higher and take bigger steps. No, start with small. Yoga is very important because it helps us to connect our mind and body and soul. And when we do that, it has an immense benefit on our immunity. Now, immunity is everything for my dear friends, because immunity is the one which will take care of your mutations, the genetic mutations, the harmful genetic mutations which are happening in our body will be taken care of by our own immunity. So let us do things which will keep our immunity healthy. So yoga is one of them. It has many other benefits, but primarily I wanted to bring this. And I think this is the last one, and this is the most important. We have to be happy always. Now, happiness means that you have to search for true happiness. It's not the fake happiness. Ki Facebook pe I have got 100 likes and that's why I'm happy. Not that kind of happiness. Try to find the true happiness. And it doesn't mean that don't become sad, don't be depressed, don't be anxious. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that become aware of your emotions, become aware of your emotions, and then give more importance to this happiness. Now, happiness is a very, very needed thing nowadays, because most of us have everything, whatever we want. I think most of us are having everything, whatever we want, but still the unhappiness remains. We're not happy with what we have. So, one important thing everyone has to practice is gratitude. We have a lot of things nowadays. We have so much technological advancements that we don't have to go anywhere to buy anything. Everything comes at our door at one click. This is like Raja Maharaja days, where they used to just order aa gaya, sab kuch aa gaya. So we are kings, we are emperors, we are queens in this age. We are having everything at one click, still unhappy. So there's something wrong. So focus on happiness. Happiness should be the mantra of the life. Okay. So yes, we come to the last. We need a holistic approach. So colon cancer is preventable. Timely action is important. And the best part, it takes 8 to 12 years, on average 10 years to develop. So if we do regular screening, we can catch it in early stage, or even before the cancer is developed, in a polyp stage, pre-cancerous, and prevent it. But don't focus only on investigation and medical facility. Focus on the holistic approach. So your body is not only the physical body, your body has other components. Your general health, your general well-being depends not only on your physical body, it depends on your mental well-being, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being. Dear friends, this is very important, because our physical body is the blueprint of our mental, emotional, and spiritual states. So only and only when we take care of our mental, emotional, and spiritual states, our physical body will be healthy. But what we do is we focus only on the physical aspect. So focus on all the aspects, and especially the other three which are not seen, the spiritual, emotional, mental. Automatically your physical will become amazing, because it is the blueprint, it is the printout of your other three emotions. So with this, we come to the end of the session, and if there are any questions, I'm happy to take.
Thank you, ma'am, for this very informative session. If participants have any questions, ma'am will be ready to answer. Okay, a recorded version of the same talk will be available for those of you all who missed the session. And
I've just sent a message on the chat. Would Dr. Poonam be wanting to discuss that?
Rashmi, can you just read out that? Because
sure, ma'am. Sir has written that it's a very nice presentation, and your thoughts on increasing the colon cancer in India due to population turning to more non-veg diet.
yeah, correct. Yes, yes. So we are trying to copy the Western countries, their clothing, their eating, their culture, their music, their everything is coming in us. So their diseases also are coming. Definitely, no. Good things we are trying to adopt, whatever good we are seeing. The bad things also will come with that. So we should have a balanced diet. It's not like totally avoid the non-veg because there are non-veg lovers. So if we tell them to avoid completely, it will be difficult. But we can limit the amount and definitely include a variety of food. Having a variety of food is very, very important.
Your talk seems to be a lot inspired by Sadhguru. The large amount of anecdotes that you actually picked up from him. Like this is the age in which we are actually living with all the emoluments that mankind has ever seen till date, and then yet we yet choose to be unhappy.
Now it's not getting recorded, no, Rajiv or Rashmi.
It is, ma'am. It is.
Okay, okay.
That's okay.
No, the thing is, this will I'll be having a special program. Dr. Nanda has told I'll be taking for our group also. I'm doing some programs, so
On.
we'll have a talk. We'll have a talk together sometime later.
All right.
Yeah. I got suddenly interested in all these things. Not suddenly, for the past few months.
It's well imbibed in your talk. So actually, you don't have to. It doesn't come out separate. It doesn't stick out. It is well imbibed. Therefore, it's very well evident in terms of the way you talk, the tone, the tonality, the confidence in which you've been speaking about this. It's well embellished.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sure.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that amazing session. Once again, a recorded version of the talk will be available, and for those of you all who missed the talk, can visit the session there. And thank you all for your patient hearing. Thank you, ma'am, again for an amazing session. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for the support. Yeah.